we got all this college basketball out of the way here on the Jim Miller President Sports Program. It's time to move on.
I forgot to fade it out. I just paused it.
Whoopsies. Well, it was good enough, right?
Producer slash co-host doesn't go well.
Yeah.
We need a producer.
Mhm. We need Jingleheimer back.
Yeah, we need Jingleheimer back.
Oh, we got gonna move on to the NBA now.
Yeah.
And the bipolar Miami Heat, and Ryan has once again changed his opinion on them. Is that right?
Yeah. So when we all saw them lose 5 in a row, everyone was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "All right, you know what? They're gonna be okay. Three of the 5 best players. It's gonna be fine." And then they acted extremely immature, and I'm like, immature teams do not win championships. It just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, Kobe Bryant, he's a grown-up. He gets things done. The Celtics, a bunch of mature adults that handle things well, they get things done. If you're going to bitch like a 4th grader, you're not going to win a championship.
Cry after losses.
Yes. Losses in March, which is even worse.
Right.
So all of this made me think, well, you know what, it's pretty bad from a media perspective. They're not going to be able to win. Mm-hmm. And then they started winning again, and I was like, yeah, well, they're kind of immature, but at the same time, they're really talented, so it's going to be okay. And now I've changed my mind again. Okay. So maybe it's not their bipolar, maybe it's just me. Which really, if I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, would anyone be surprised?
No.
No.
That's what I thought. Anywho, if I can find Nuggets to take South Beach. Yeah, whatever.
Take 2.
Very random.
Very.
A lot.
Yeah.
Teams. I want the Miami Heat's website. Let's just fucking write it in. MiamiHeat.com.
Fan up, Miami.
I hate the MiamiHeat.com website. It's terrible.
Oh, so it's NBA.com/Heat.
Oh. Damn.
You remember that video they made at the beginning of the year where the fans weren't coming to the games and they made that like ad campaign?
No, I didn't.
Oh, the Heat?
Yeah. They're like, fan up, Miami. Maybe
Wow.
I'll find that on YouTube.
That's terrible.
That was the most hilarious thing I ever seen. I was just like, huh?
Wait, they weren't going to games?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year. Remember they like...
Why would you not want to...
Do you remember that when they had attendance issues? Like
No,
half the stadium
I
was
didn't.
like... It was like the first couple of games that they played in Miami.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Wow, look how cool these guys are. They got all their fucking badass
I know, like they
pictures.
take these like photo shoots and everything, yeah.
Wow, damn.
No, I'm intimidated. Actually, I would be if I was playing
Yeah,
them, but...
right.
Seriously, if this was a gay porn website, I would not be shocked. Look at these pictures. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
These are gay porn stars. That's you guys. The Miami Heat are taking porn star pictures. Is what they're doing. This isn't even funny. Actually, it is.
It's hilarious, actually. It's pretty funny.
Look at this, like
It's like
Bosh,
animated. You
Chris-
can like.
Chris
It's
Bosh.
got sound too. Here, wait. Turn the sound on.
Oh, God.
Here, wait. Okay, what's it gonna be like?
Oh, bro.
It's gonna like announce him. Chris Bosh, LeBron James. What does it do?
Nothing.
Is the volume on?
DT.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it goes.
Oh, damn.
When you click on him,
Oh,
it comes
then
up
it
with
gives
this.
y'all a
Oh, it comes up with this 3D thing. Right, it's just like, see, they're taking the. I mean, the Heat are a Florida team, but with money, and that's their positive thing. So.
Oh, flips around and shit. But this is my point. Like, wow, this is extremely egotistical. Oh, look at LeBron's picture. Look at that. Now, isn't that the?
Oh.
That's a porn star picture.
Yeah.
That is the face of a porn star.
That is great.
Or I'm LeBron James. Hey, I'm LeBron James.
I'm LeBron
Hey there.
James.
Okay, enough of making fun of the Heat.
Is this the parody? Where's the actual one? I think this.
I
might
don't
be
need to
it.
watch the video. I don't care.
No, but I love this. This is so great. It's relevant. Here, continue talking.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make about the Miami Heat is I watched them play the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes.
And Kendrick Perkins and something or other Muhammad.
Nazi Muhammad.
Kendrick Perkins and Nazi Muhammad, these two big guys that play inside
Rape them.
for the Oklahoma City Thunder, handled them like no other.
Mm-hmm.
If you have big men on the inside, you are going to be able to handle Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they plain and simply don't have anyone that plays inside, and that's just how it is. So unless somehow Udonis Haslem can come back and get ready to play, which I don't think is going to happen, this team can't win. I mean, you have to have size on the inside. Otherwise, Boston and LA are going to kick you up and down the court. As are the Oklahoma City Thunder now, and the Spurs. All the great teams have big guys inside.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even the Bulls have some guys inside. They have Joaquin Noah.
Joaquin.
Joakim Noah, Carlos Boozer, Taj Gibson.
So they've got some size, and Taj Gibson doesn't count because no one knows
Not
who
really,
he is.
but he's a good
So,
player. That's all I
whatever.
can say.
In the regular season, he's a good player. The Bulls will show their true colors in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Ah,
Anyway.
you would believe that.
I do. I think the Bulls are overrated. Did you listen to the segment that we
Yeah,
did?
no, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one that got like so many hate comments.
Yeah,
like, from
actually
one
just
guy.
from one idiot.
From
It
one
turns out they were all just from one idiot.
Well, go figure. It's angry Chicago sports fans.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
bro,
the
Bulls are-
angriest fans in all of sports.
He said that we don't know depth, that the Bulls have depth, and
Depth.
what I would argue is a bunch of people that you don't know who they are doesn't count as depth.
it's
Like,
true.
oh yeah, they got all these guys. They got give me a name on the Bulls that
Oh, a
no
name
one
on
knows.
the Bulls?
A name on the Bulls that no.
C.J. Watson.
I'm sorry.
Wow, I don't even
I mean,
know
if
that
you
guy.
said that was your science teacher, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Okay, yeah, dude, C.J. Watson over there just gave me $10 for gas. That guy's so cool. Like, seriously, it could be anybody. C.J. Watson could be anybody. I contend for anyone to say they know who that is who isn't an NBA geek.
Mhm.
Okay. Now listen,
I'm an NBA geek.
You're an NBA geek. That's why you know those things. Okay, I'm an NFL geek. I know shit about the NFL no one should need to know. Not like even coaches would be like, I don't even know who that is. Dude." Like seriously, it's not even funny. And you don't even know if they're any good or not. Is C.J. Watson any good?
He's okay. He's the backup point guard, kind of slash shooting guard. He has a good jump shot. He's not that great.
He has a good jump shot.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
Congratulations. Okay, that's
You're
my
gonna need a
point.
good jump shot. In
That's
the
my
NBA.
point about the Bulls. Okay, my point about the
Ooh.
Heat
Oh.
is they have no one on the inside.
Sorry, I
And
just,
if they don't have size, they cannot be successful. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade can out-athlete the shitty teams in the East, but when they come up to playing, I think they can handle the Knicks. I think I've changed my mind about the Magic because of Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is a big guy on the inside. That's something the Miami Heat do not like, and they will be able to. So Dwight Howard will be able to handle them in a 7-game series. This is about a 7-game series, doing it over a long period of time in the NBA playoffs, because the NBA playoffs are eternal, which I love. I don't think they're long enough. I want the NBA playoffs to be 6 months long. Like, it's phenomenal. Every single night, it's a game that matters, and it's
It really
huge.
is.
And it's fantastic. Except for the first round is kind of junk. When you got those great teams playing against each other, the conference finals are going to be so good this year. Boston, Miami, Boston, Chicago, Miami, Boston, Miami,
Maybe.
Chicago. I mean, those are great. I mean, despite
Either
the
of
fact that
those,
some of these
like-
teams are overrated, it doesn't matter. It's going to be so entertaining. And listen, I'm not saying about the Bulls, I'm not saying they can't contend. Of course they can. They just can't win a championship.
No, I'm not
Because
going to go that far. Believe
They
me.
can't win a championship. They're not even going to make it to the finals. The Celtics will handle them in a 7-game series. Because you know what? The Celtics, Doc Rivers said, I don't really care about the first seed. Like, teams that haven't done it before care about getting the number 1 seed. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, and Doc Rivers gets that. So the Celtics are going to be the team that makes it to the finals. Out of the East, there's no question about that, because the Bulls are flawed. The Miami Heat, they have holes in them that are this fucking big.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just massive holes that they need to fill, and there's nothing they can do about it right now except wait for Udonis Haslem to get healthy, which they could be sitting there.
Or gets another big guy during the offseason.
Which they could
never
do. I
know.
mean, I think the Miami Heat are going to get way better, and I still think this group is going to win a ton of titles. I think that I'm still a believer that they're going
yeah.
to win 4 or 5
They're a very
championships.
unselfish team too, but I think is that they're so used to being the main guy on their team. They're not just used to having to give the ball to each other. all
What
the
are
time.
you
What is
watching?
this?
This is Kobe Bryant falling down while imitating Michael Jordan.
Stop it.
Sorry, I found it from
Thanks for
looking up
tapping the
that.
microphone. Let me look at that. Oh, no, it's not there. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this, though.
Yeah, well, obviously. This mic isn't as sensitive as some of our other
Yeah,
microphones
my
here
mic's
at
a
BWC.
disaster. Here's this piece of shit right here.
Yeah, we had that out on the last show, but now it's buried under a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
So
Because it's a terrible piece of shit.
Okay, so help me.
Sure.
You know the game better than I do. Talk about Miami and talk about their glaring holes.
Miami, the big hole, like you said, has been the center slash power forward position. The only true they don't even have a true center in my mind. So Zydrunas Ilgauskas is overrated, and I don't even think he's rated that highly.
No.
But he's just an old, tall white guy from Europe, and he's okay. He tries to take more jump shots than going in the inside.
He's like Chris Bosh. He's
He really
like Chris
is.
Bosh, only slow and white.
I've seen Chris
Slow and
Bosh take
white.
3-pointers at the end of games. I'm like, what are you thinking? That's a terrible
You have to play on the
idea.
inside. You have to play on the inside.
Chris
I mean,
Bosh had made a living on the inside
Bosh-
during Toronto.
But no, he didn't. He was always
Okay,
he's
maybe-
always been a perimeter player. But he
But he's
has
been-
to he
he's
has to
good.
learn how to play in the paint.
I mean, I've seen
Him and
do that in the paint.
Ilgauskas have to stand there like this with their hands above their head and defend and get rebounds and score layups from the paint. They have to
I
do
have
that
seen him do good,
because no
though.
one else will do it. And he's been doing it more recently when they won
When
those 3
he's been
games in a row.
bitching about not getting the ball.
Yeah,
half, though.
So and then they're like, okay, here's the ball, go. And then he goes,
that's
again,
the
go
whole
there,
trade.
stand there in the paint, and score the ball. And he did, and they won a few games. But Oklahoma City handled them because Kendrick Perkins knows what he's doing on the inside. He's been good at it for a long time.
And
this Muhammad guy, I don't even know who he is.
No.
Apparently his name is Nazi. You've told me that a few times.
Me being an NBA geek and all.
So that's
pretty
good.
much it.
The Oklahoma City, the Thunder are really good.
Zaganis Zigjanskis guy. He's Lithuanian, just like me.
That's awesome. No one cares.
Zildrunas Ilgauskas.
Here, wait.
Corey taught me how to pronounce his name.
Zildrunas.
Zildrunas Ilgauskas.
So you have to listen to his
This
name.
is one of these distracted JMFPSP.
They have him in a Cavaliers uniform on Wikipedia.
Well, it's the picture that you need the copyright for. I mean, all those pictures on Wikipedia, they're all outdated because they have to have the copyright. So if you don't have a picture of
You
him
have
in
to
a
have
Miami
the copyright, but you can
of
write
course,
in whatever you
of course,
want.
you probably have to pay to put pictures of the Miami Heat online. So there's
maybe.
Yeah.
Going back to Miami Heat having problems. Their backup centers are like Joel Anthony, who's no one's ever heard of him.
Yeah.
He's not that good. So they need a center. They that will actually go in and try and do the dirty work. Chris Bosh.
He needs to get that done. I mean, somebody has to.
Either Chris Bosh got to learn to play better on the inside, or they need someone who will do it for him because they're not going to do it. Because Chris Bosh thinks he has a good jump shot, which it's okay, but he thinks he can hit it at any moment in time. You're not a freaking shooting guard at however tall he is.
Okay, I think I can fit this in the few minutes that we have left. You're going to get mad at me again. I think the Spurs are overrated. I think here's why.
Yeah.
Here's why.
You know, I can agree with that.
Okay, now here's why. Now I love the Spurs, and they've got all the championship experience and stuff. This is not your classic Spurs team that plays great defense and scores pretty well.
Yeah.
They're a jump shooting team almost exclusively. This team with Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. They're exclusively a jump shooting team, and they do not defend as well as they used to. I think that's going to give them trouble against the Lakers in the conference finals.
The Lakers spanked them last
Absolutely.
week sometime. They spanked them.
But that's the regular season, as
True,
I said.
but
regular
still.
season is irrelevant. It is the prequel to the actual story, unless you're talking about a team that wins 70 games. But I think the Spurs are extremely overrated. Tim Duncan is old. Manu Ginobili is going to get old eventually. Tony Parker is extremely injury prone now. I think the Spurs are out of gas. I do think they're going to make it to the conference finals, but Oklahoma City could take them in a 7-game series.
They could. They have those fresh young legs, and they have the centers and power forwards now to be able to contend with them. With a very old Tim Duncan.
So it's crazy. I'm pretty sure at this point, we keep doing these NBA segments, and we keep thinking about who's going to win the title. At this point, it looks like it's going to be Lakers and Celtics again.
Probably.
I would love that. I mean, that was such a great NBA Finals. Even you watched Game 7 of that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was extremely entertaining, and I love it. I think it's great. Okay, so we're going to have to wrap this up quickly. But, Tim, I need you to be on time next week because I need someone that can talk about baseball.
Oh, baseball! Yeah.
Next week
the
is our
majestic sport of baseball starting
Corey,
once again.
You don't have to come next week.
Oh, it's
You get a Saturday off.
Cool.
So you can just do your homework and chill.
I don't want to do homework, but I'll chill.
Okay.
Wait.
Whatever.
then next week's spring break, isn't it?
I believe so.
Hey, all
Yeah.
right, spring break talking about baseball. Yes.
Oh yeah. Hey, so we could do some JMFPSPs in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
you might
could
be
do-
getting us semi-frequently.
All right.
So that'd be great. And we'll be wrapping up the NCAA tournament. Ryan Hartson show updates about the NCAA tournament throughout the week. I actually might be up to see all the late games tonight, so I might be able to do one as soon as those are over. You never know. And that's about it.
All right. That's it for this week's edition for the Jim Miller Frozen Sports Realm. We'll be back possibly multiple times next week, so as Ryan just said. So from all of us, thank you for listening, and have a nice afternoon.
It's BWC Internet Radio.